Hey everyone, today we're taking a look at the Bethesda Pinball Table Pack on Pinball FX from Zen Studios. Now this pack was provided to us by the folks at Zen for the purpose of this review. So let's go ahead and get started.
Skyrim.
So the first one we start off with is the Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Now I've never played Skyrim, but I've heard a lot of great things, and my understanding is that as you play the game, you play a Dragonborn. Not sure exactly what that means in world, but all I know is at some point you get to fight dragons and possibly even ride them. But on the table, visually it is absolutely stunning. Now I know nothing about the original game's story or whether or not this actually follows that same story. But all I know is that the visual effects on this table are absolutely stupendous. The fire effects are just absolutely gorgeous, especially like the dragon flying over and shooting the fire. I mean, just overall, it is an amazing visual to play on. And even though I didn't know any of the real background to the stories at all, I still found the table extremely compelling and again absolutely stunning, and this one was just a lot of fun to play. Had a great time with this one. Now my understanding is that this pack goes for about $15, and honestly just for, and I'm going to go ahead and say this now, but any of the tables standalone, I wouldn't have thought that price was too much. It's more than I would like to spend on a single table, of course, but there's a lot of value for that price point. And again, this one just an absolute joy to play and visually a treat for the eyes. Next up in the pack is Fallout. Now, Fallout is another one that I'm not entirely familiar with the actual game story itself, but I do at least know a little bit about the background because I did play one of the Fallout games, I think Fallout 3, way back in the day. Now, Fallout itself, basically a post-apocalyptic world, before everything went to hell, essentially. Some people were basically secluded off into these vaults to basically wait out the apocalypse. And some of those vaults, there was some crazy science going on there that was causing all kinds of mayhem. But in your vault, basically you go out and the door is open and you are essentially walking into the new world, and you're greeting survivors and dealing with the world as a whole. Now, the table itself, there's the mutant. He likes to shoot at you and basically be obnoxious. Like, I didn't find him annoying, but that's kind of his role. So all of your missions, at least the ones that I've found so far, all center around triggering the vault to open, launch your ball through the vault door, and then you select which vault mission you're going to be doing. And each of them seem to be pretty straightforward, targeting the majority of the same ramps and pathways. So it seems that completing those individual missions is not going to be insanely difficult. That you do have a short timer, but you do have the ability to just keep getting the ball up there, and it's a real easy hit to trigger that. Majority of the time that I was actually trying to get the ball there, I did successfully. And so the overall paths of the table, the overall layout, are definitely well done and definitely a lot of fun to play. But the overall story and stuff, not being a huge, not so much fan, but because I never really gave the game a chance. But more just kind of a novice when it comes to that world as a whole. It wasn't as inviting of a table as the other two are, but or rather intriguing is, I guess, the word I'm looking for. But it's still a good, fun table. And of the three, I think that this one is bottom of the pack, but still a solid table on its own. And like I said before, all three tables, if you were to pay that price individually, it would still be worth it in my opinion. And so this one being the worst of the three, that's still not bad.
Let's hurry this up.
And then lastly, we have the one that I was the most excited to play. Now, I will tell you right off, this was my favorite of the three tables, but that's because Doom was one of my biggest video game loves pretty much ever. I've played almost every iteration of the Doom franchise, and so I was really looking forward to this table. Now, for those unfamiliar with the Doom franchise, you basically play Doom Guy. I don't know if he ever actually got a name as the games progressed. The last title I played was Doom 3, and so the ones that have come out for the Xbox One, I have not played any of those yet. Keyword yet. I do intend to get around to doing all of them. And again, just have absolutely always loved the franchise. id Software, Bethesda in this regard are one of my favorites, but specifically just for this franchise alone, so it will always hold a place in my heart. The table itself is absolutely stunning, as you can see, and the ramps, the overall gameplay is so much fun, and the soundtrack behind it. I don't know if they got the guy who did the actual original music for Doom, or if this is some of the original music from Doom, but it sounds so freaking similar. And I love the music from the newer Doom games, and the guy who did all of that just did an amazing job. And so, if this is meant to be something similar and made by somebody else, they absolutely nailed the vibe. If it is the same guy, obviously he nailed it because, he's the guy. But I just absolutely love this table so freaking much. It is so much fun. And for those that are looking to get the achievements, basically you have to kill some enemies using the BFG. Now, as far as how to get the BFG and then use it, I haven't figured that part out yet, but I will, and it's just more of a question of when. But that's it for today. Thank you guys, as always, for watching, and if you do play the Pinball FX games, this is definitely a pack to pick up. And thank you to the folks at Zen for sharing this with us. We greatly appreciate it and have had so much fun. And thank you guys, as always, for watching. We'll catch you next time.